season opener in Duluth for snowcross in North America is the true kickoff for the snowmobile season. The event is always huge, with multi-camera live streaming, huge video monitors, full night lighting, and of course, all the biggest teams in racing. An event like this is a must-attend for anyone who loves snowcross. ISOC puts on an incredible multi-day snowcross event, and it's great to see familiar faces from the Canadian Snowcross Racing Association out on the track.
It's a good way for us to start the season off. We've been doing this a long time. Been coming down here every year. We spent a couple weeks up north in Aurora. Actually, this year was pretty short. We only got 5 days for the preseason. But it's always nice to come here. Everyone's really anxious when we get to Duluth, so it sets the tone for the year, I guess you could say, before we start our attack on the CSRA series. Everyone down here rides at such a high level in the pro class that it really kind of starts you out with a little bit faster pace, I guess you could say. So it's nice to do that, and it's always nice to represent Canada then. This year's probably a little bit bigger than it has been in the past few years. It seemed like it was almost on a downswing before, and now it looks like we're on the up a little bit. We had 27 guys signed up last night, which is a first. I haven't raced against that many pros since probably 2003, 2004. So it was really good to see. Lots of trailers, lots of amateurs. It's nice to see the sport still flourishing. And it's not a cheap sport to get into, but it's a lot of fun once you're into it. It's a challenge. It's a challenge for sure. It's two different types of racing. At home, it's a little bit higher speed, maybe not so much snow, not such deep holes, but it's a skill set that is required for both sides of the border. And I think if you can be competitive on both sides of the border, it makes you a more well-rounded rider. It's a challenge we always have. We start here, and that's fine. You learn the pace, you get going. Then when we get away from it and try to pick it up mid-season or late in the year, it's a little bit difficult to jump back into the pace of the ISOC guys. As they ride right that edge the whole time, and there's a battle whether it's for first or 10th. There's no really room for breathing, where that's not quite the case in the CSRA. Although this year I looked at the lineup, it looks like we got about 15 pros for Canada this year, so that's going to be great. We're going to have a much fuller pro class, which is nice to see.
Yeah, it's definitely a big challenge coming from the Canadian series. We've been down here testing and preparing for ISOC, for Duluth, and as well as Fargo. It's just, it's a lot more pros. There's 27 pros, I believe, that was signed up last night. The holes, the track, everything is just a little more intense than back at home. So it's a bit of a challenge, but we're ready for it and we're going to do it. Or it can be a little nerve-wracking. All these guys are professionals and they're going to race you cleanly just like they do everyone else. So it's nothing to be real worried about. Go out, race your own race, and hopefully come out with a good position.
Having somebody like Ian to help coach and mentor you through some of the best days and the not so best days.
Yeah, it's definitely helped. We've been training together for 5 or 6 years now with our same trainer, Drew, at Evolved SX. It makes it a lot easier to come to the track and follow a guy that's been around it for so long and kind of train with a champion like Ian. So it's definitely an advantage I have.
It's really fun. I like seeing the big names, and a couple of these guys have been racing themselves on 120s in the pro class, so it's always fun to see them. This is about my 5th or 6th year pro now, so it's just another day in the office wanting to be the #1 guy and intimidate the other guys when they see my sled on the line. And it's awesome to have the numbers up, and it makes you feel that much better if you're standing on top of the podium to get up there and beat all 27 of those guys. It just makes it that much more fun, but it's awesome to see the sport being grown and the pro class getting up there.
Logan Christian and Dave Jonas are Arctic Cat teammates, and it's great to see the camaraderie between the American and Canadian racers.
My hometown's Fertile, Minnesota, just a really small farm community town. I think the population's 845 or something, so it's really small. Dave has been an awesome teammate these last few years. It's really fun to work with him. We get along. We're the same age. We get along just really, really good. So it makes it fun for a good winter. We've never gotten an argument or a fight really before, so the whole winter it's good atmosphere, and I'm excited for another season with them. We're not a team that we're both against each other. We share what we got and what we like, and we talk, and we keep each other up to date on if somebody's trying something different and everything. So we talk and communicate. There's no secrets between Dave or I.
It's great. I'm having a blast here. I've got a great team behind me and feeling really good and confident this year and hoping to have a good year. The level of competition is really high and it's fun, but it definitely pushes you to be better and faster every time you're out.
You came up through Canadian ranks and you're in the States. What's it like being a Canadian in the American League?
It feels good, you know. There's very few of us kind of racing in this series right now, but yeah, I learned a lot growing up racing the CSRA circuit, and now I'm here and trying to do as good as I can. The first few rounds for sure were intimidating, but you have to kind of realize that you're one of the guys now, and you know, I feel like I belong here, and you know, everybody's a racer just like anyone else, and yeah, I try to look at everybody the same. Yeah, like there's definitely a lot of money involved and support, and you know, just a lot of good people working a lot of hours to make this all happen, and it's great to see that there's people that are you know, as committed and devoted as I am to do well here in the series.